The next award is the Legacy Award for action or endeavors that have or will have a lasting impact and be recognized by future generations as a significant event and or momentous part of the history of Rochester and Olmsted County, worthy of commemoration. I'd like to introduce Ed Huruska, last year's Mayor's Medal of Honor award recipient, and he has a few things to share.
Hold the applause. Just wanted to also reiterate what Ted said and thank Mayor Norton for keeping this tradition going. It's when I was here last year, I walked in and I'm like, yeah, what's my dad doing here? You know, it's like, but it's a neat deal to really step back and realize the great things we have going on in our community and recognize the people that are making a difference. And quick story before I get in about my recipient is, years ago I was with my son, and he said, Dad, he goes, one of my years on the council, he said, Dad, what do you think your legacy will be someday? And I'm like, I never thought about what my legacy would be. You don't think about that. I thought for a minute, I said, you know, you just do the best you can and treat people right. And that's what, when you see this recipient, you're gonna understand that he fits this perfectly. Plus, you start getting old when you start being considered for the Legacy Award. That's another thing that comes with it. So I first met our Medal of Honor recipient of the Legacy Award in the mid-1990s when he was part of a leadership group that I had an interest in, the Rochester Amateur Sports Commission. But from the first time we interacted, I have marveled at his kind and confident demeanor he always portrays. He was born and raised in St. Louis and went to college in Atlanta, where he lived with his aunt during college. Perhaps it was her quiet self-confidence that rubbed off on him. Her name was Alice Coachman Davis, an Olympic gold medalist in the high jump that had never shared her story or success about her achievement with him for many years. He later shared that she simply never talked about it, and he added she never bragged about anything. And maybe it was her talent that also was the insight of his bloodline of athletic success. He was a basketball and track star in college. He still could dunk the basketball at the age of 64. And once you learn his name, you will connect his athletic talents of his children and grandchildren. However, this award is not being given based on athletic ability, but more so based on decades of community leadership and service. I could try to list off all of his accomplishments and his ongoing support and impact on all those that he interacts with, but I'm sure I would miss a few. He has touched every sector of our community for over 50 years and is still involved in many areas, making a difference. I feel very fortunate to be able to call him my friend. When you think of kindness, respect, honor, quality, and maybe most of all, humbleness and dignity, you have the 2019 Mayor's Medal of Honor winner of the Legacy Award, Mr. George Thompson.
Need to do this.
When I came into this room, there are a lot of people that I noticed and have had contact with over my 50 years here in Rochester. And I'm frankly very honored and pleased. And I also have to say our mayor, I've known Kim for quite a while in various endeavors. She helped raise $250,000 once for minority teachers in the area. This room in this community is full of people who want to make a difference and do make a difference. And I'm just absolutely honored and pleased to be accepting the award. I'm very impressed with the other folks who received awards, and many of you out here that deserve awards. I could start mentioning names, but I'd get in trouble. But it's an absolute pleasure to receive them, especially from Kim, Mayor's Medal of Honor. I have to say also that I was not planning to be here today. I was chairman of the foundation in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And until 7 o'clock this morning, I was frankly planning to go to present some awards to 3 other people for leaving that board. But I have to tell you that this feels a lot better. I want to say thank you to Ed and Kim and many others of you. It is an absolute pleasure to have come here, to live 52 years ago, to find the friends that I've found, and the folks that have been supportive, and the people that really make this company, this country, well, I can say country as well, but I'm going to say the community, what it is. This is a fantastic community. I'm delighted to know many of you, and I really, really want to say again, thank you to all of the folks who received awards, and those of you who deserve it. That's a lot. Thank you.